Hello everyone, my name is Sumitra Swai. I welcome you all to the UNC digital classes. We are studying financial management and in today's class we are going to start a new chapter, that is your leverage.
Okay, so before starting the subject, I want to make you understand that what the word leverage means. It is written that the dictionary meaning of the form leverage refers to an increased means of accomplishing purpose. Means if we have a particular purpose or if we have a particular task to complete, then to complete that particular task we can take a help of an increasing mean. Okay, so we can understand this with the example that in machine leverage means the instrument that helps us in lifting heavy object which may not be otherwise possible. So you can mark this picture. In this picture, this particular man is trying to uplift this stone, okay, which is much heavier than the weight of this particular person. So what he is doing, see, if this particular person is going to put all his 100% effort also, then also it is almost impossible on his behalf or on his part that he could uplift this particular stone. Okay, so he is taking a wise decision to place this particular stone under this stick. That's why even after putting a very less effort, obviously something less than 100, okay, even after putting less effort, he can easily uplift this particular stone. Okay, so now we can take the help of this picture and implement the image with our organization. So we are saying that in organization, to increase our profit, ultimately our purpose is to enhance our profit or wealth. So to enhance our EPS or to enhance our profit, how we are taking the help of some fixed assets. Okay.
So basically leverage is a very simple to calculate and very easiest chapter to understand. So if you will understand that in company there are basically two costs. So the cost can be divided into two types, that can be your fixed cost and the another can be your variable cost. And if you are thinking that there is another cost, that is your semi variable cost, this is nothing but a combination of these fixed and variable cost, where a portion or a very particular percentage of this cost is fixed and the remaining is variable. Okay. So basically we can say that the costs are of two types, that is your fixed and variable cost. So if in a company there will be no fixed cost, then leverage cannot be done or leverage has no use there. So we can say that if a company has fixed cost, then only we can use leverage or we can take the advantages of leverage. So for that we have to understand from the very beginning that how it can be calculated. This is your sales. First your sales volume, that is your 10,000 rupees, and now we have to minus your variable expenses. Let us say this is your 6,000 rupees. So after sales volume, if you will minus your variable expenses, this remaining 4,000 will be your contribution. Now the variable expenses is deducted, so now we have to minus your all fixed expenses. So if it is your 2,000 of your fixed expenses, then this 2,000 rupees remained, it will be your earning before interest and tax. So see, there are two type of expenses we have already written. We can say that these variable expenses and fixed expenses are your operating expenses. Okay, this is your operating expenses. Now after your EBIT, means your earning profit is available, first thing you have to deduct, that is your interest amount. Okay, so let us say your interest is 1,000 rupees. Now you have to calculate your EBT, that is earning before tax. then this will be your 1000 rupees. Now government will ask for tax from the profit. This is, let's say this is your 400 rupees. So all you remain with is your profit after tax or earning after tax, that is your 600 rupees. Now this 600 rupees has a use, that is all the 600 rupees are to be distributed among your equity shareholders. So if you will divide 600 rupees with the number of equity shareholders, so we can find out your earning price of share. So from PAT or from this amount 600 rupees, that is your PAT or earning after tax, we can simply calculate our EPS, because this 600 will be converted into EPS. Okay. So mark here, how many fixed expenses are there? One fixed expenses is here and interest is also fixed. If your sales volume will increase, okay, if you will say that your sales volume has to be increased, ultimately you have to buy more raw material, that's why your variable expenses will also increase, then your contribution will also change. But whatever may be your contribution, fixed expenses is not going to be changed, even after your sales will also change. Okay, so fixed expenses is always fixed, immaterial of how many unit of output you are producing. After that, so if your contribution has changed, so now EBIT will also be changed. But whatever you may earn or you may not earn, if it is a loss situation also, interest holders are going to get the interest amount. So that's why interest is also fixed. After that it will also change, tax will accordingly change according to your EBT, and after that EPS will be changed. So I am marking only two things, that is fixed expenses and your interest. So I have already told you that your variable expenses and fixed expenses means up to this is your operating expenses, and from here all these things is going to be your financial expenses. Okay, because you have to take debenture holders, because you have to pay interest, and it is your equity shareholders. So likewise it is your financial expenses and it is your operating expenses. So that's why in a company we can say that there are two type of leverage: operating leverage, second is your financial leverage, and one can be your combined leverage. Okay, so operating leverage will be calculated by using your operating expenses. Operating means what? During the operation of a company or a corporation, what expenses you are bearing, from there you will calculate your operating leverage. And financial leverage will be calculated from all the financial expenses, and your combined leverage is nothing but the combination of your operating and financial leverage. So we have to calculate all the leverage by its formula. First is your operating leverage. Operating leverage will be calculated from your operating expenses. So what is here fixed? That is your fixed expenses. Okay, so the formula will be the above item of your fixed expenses and the exact lower amount of your fixed expenses. So the formula will be your contribution and EBIT. Okay, so the formula will be your contribution divided by EBIT. Okay, so this is your contribution, means above the fixed expenses, and this is your EBIT. So contribution divided by EBIT will be your operating leverage. So let's say this is your 4000 and your EBIT is 2000. So by deducting this it will be 2 times. What we are getting from here? We can say that if there will be one time of change in the sales volume, or ultimately we can say that if there will be a change in variable expenses or a 1% change in contribution, there will be a 2 time of effect in your EBIT. Okay, So that is getting to know that what is the leverage has a impact in the operating leverage. Similarly, we can calculate your financial leverage. The formula will be your EBIT divided by your EBT. Okay, so the EBIT is your 2000 rupees and your EBT is 1000 rupees. So this is again going to be 2 times of operating leverage, or sorry, financial leverage. Okay, so ultimately we can say if there will be a change of EBIT of 2 times, then there will be impact in your EBT, or we can say in EPS, that is your 2 times. Okay, so combined leverage can be calculated by combining, that is your FL into OL, that is 2 into 2, that is 4. But the formula is, you can write like this: contribution divided by EBIT into EBIT divided by EBT. So that's why this is cross cancelled, and the formula will be your contribution by EBT. Okay, so you can write your combined leverage, that is your FL into OL, or you can write the formula, that is your contribution divided by EBT. So now we will see another thing, that if we will put a change of 2 times or 20% or 40%, how this formula is going to be changed, or the volume or the amount are going to be changed. So now let us say that we will put a change of 20%. So if we want to put a change of 20% in your sales, so it is 10,000, and 10,000 plus 20% extra, this will be your 12,000. Now we are saying that the sales volume is going to be increased by 20%, so that's why our amount is 12,000. So if we are going to sell amount of 12,000 rupees, then we also have to buy raw material accordingly. So that's why we also have to buy 20% extra raw material. That's why it has to be your 7,200, 6,000 plus 1,200. That's why your contribution will be 12,000 minus 7,200. This will be your 4,800. So you can ultimately see that the change here happened also is of 20% of 4,000. That is 4,000 into 20% is equal to 800 rupees. So that's why 4,800. Now whatever may be your sales volume or variable expenses or contribution, fixed expenses is always remain fixed. So that's why this is going to be your 2,000 rupees, and now your EBIT will be 2,800 rupees. So mark here, this EBIT is your operating leverage. Now if you will mark that the increase amount is your 800 rupees and the initial was your 2,000, so ultimately there will be increase of 40%. So when we increase the 20% in your sales volume or variable or contribution expenses, there is a 40% increase in your EBIT. That's why 40 divided by 20, that's why we are saying that the operating leverage is 2 times. Okay, so now the interest is also fixed, that's why it is 1,000 rupees, and now it is your 1,800, the tax amount. So this is the 40% of 1,000. Ultimately into 40% will be 1800 into 0.40, that is your 720 rupees, and after that your EPS will be 1080. So if you will see, this is also of 40%, because this is your 600 plus 480, that's why we will get a 1080. So here also when we get a change of 20% extra, here also we get a result of 40%, that is also your 2 times. So we can prove that yes, the contribution or the leverage has an impact if there will be fixed expenses involved both in operating expenses or in financial leverage. So how we are going to face any questions in the examination? The question can be asked, that is what is your operating leverage, financial leverage and combined leverage, which we have already discussed here. Sometime the question will give you only EBIT, and then then it will ask that if the EBIT is going to be increased by 20%, what percentage of change it is required to be in sales or in variable or in contribution. Ultimately, it can also ask if there is a changes in sales, that is 20%, how much percentage of profit we are going to face in the next year. So, we can also be asked here. So, there are three things, one is here, one is here and the EPS is here. So, we can move from here to here, also from here to here. One thing only we have to mark or we have to keep in our mind, if we are going upward, okay, if we are going upward, the only thing we have to do here is to divide, and if we are going downward, then the factor value is only to be multiplied. Means I am trying to say that if operating leverage is 2 times, then what we can do, that if this is the sales volume and this is 20%, we can ultimately say that it is 40%, because 20 into 2 we come downward, that is why we are saying that it is going to be 40%, and 40 into 2, this is going to be your 80%. But let us say the question is saying that we want to fix a target for the next year, that is to be your 50%. Let us say this is your 50% of target, more than from your current year. So, that is why this is, if this is 50%, and we know that from this particular figure the leverage has a 2 times and 2 times of respectively impact or effect. So, we can calculate your EBIT, that is 25 divided by, because we are going here upward. So, 50 divided by 2, that is your 25%, and if we are going to find your sales volume, this will again 25 divided by 2, that is why 12.5%. So, if a company's CEO or MD or anyone is thinking that the company's profit is going to be enhanced by 50%, the company can directly tell its sales department that you have to just increase a 12.5% in your sales volume, then ultimately we can achieve our goal. Okay. So, they do not have to focus that what will be our target, then what will be the EBIT, then what will be the profit of the whole organization. No, you do not have to take that much of pressure, you just have to put your effort on your target. Ultimately, the company can achieve its profit in its own way. Okay. So, this is all about your financial, operating and combined leverage. You can ultimately find out, or you can try more questions from your books. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment box. I will answer there, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.